What's the deal, everybody? Welcome back to the studio. Jeremy Deal here, and as you can tell by the video rig next to me, we're probably going to be talking about real estate video stuff. What stuff are we talking about today? This comes from another one of our subscribers, part of the community, Jason Joseph. I bet you thought I forgot about you, but I didn't. I've just been super slammed and forgot to reply to that email. So instead, I thought I'd make this video, not just directly for you, even though it kind of really is, but for anyone else who has this question out there. We're going to be talking about Instagram Reels, TikTok, social media, vertical platform creation for agents. Let's dive in. Let me show you about what I use when I want to create stuff for agents in the field. Actually, let me just set this down for a second so we can have a little talk before we get back to this. So you want to start creating these vertical videos for your agents. Maybe you've been asked about them. Maybe it's just an add-on because you're trying to make a little extra money. Nothing wrong there, but you're curious about how to go about this. Now, I've done this a few different ways in the past, so I'll kind of go over the ways I used to do them so you'll know their options, and maybe those will work for you even though they did not work for me. And finally, we'll land on what I do currently, which seems to work the absolute best for me. Method one. Method one was I created all of the content with my camera on my gimbal. I would take it off. I had an L bracket specifically for my GH5S, so I could take it off, flip it around, rebalance the gimbal, then go back through and grab a few shots in particular with something closer to a 35mm lens. I feel like that's really good. And speaking of which, I'm using this new lens for this video today. It is a Samyang 35. It was dirt cheap. Let me know if it has any hunting issues with autofocus. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you hate it. Who knows? Brand new lens, dirt cheap. We're going to try it out. So back to the subject matter at hand. What I found about all this is that it was actually quite time consuming. Not only did it take a lot of time to rebalance my gimbal, but one thing that I noticed in the process is that all of these different social media platforms use different songs, different versions of songs, and different parts of each song. Trying to create something that would work on all of these platforms that an agent could easily upload became quite cumbersome. You would have to create something for TikTok, then something for Instagram. TikTok and Instagram notoriously work from different songs, and this became a big issue for agents trying to upload to each of these. So the next method that I did, and I'll pull this guy right back out so you can see what's going on. And the next thing I did was I bought one of these small rig arms right here. It's a simple friction arm and allows me to attach a cell phone attachment so I can put my cell phone on, right? Now, what I did originally, which was dumb if I do say so myself, but I thought I had to do it this way, is originally I would take this contraption and I would hook it to the side of the actual gimbal. So I would attach it to the front with the bracket coming out and it right here, rebalance everything. Now, why I stopped doing that is because after watching a video from Corridor Crew, I realized that almost all of these cell phones have little gimbals built into them already, and they also have stabilizing software built into them for aftermarket or post-production work, whoever may be using this camera. So I actually stopped attaching it to the gimbal part right here, to the actual, the steady part of the gimbal, and I started attaching it here instead. And I'll tell you why I did this. It's really for two reasons. So if I turn this over to the side a little bit and move it out of the way of my face so we can talk directly about it right here. So first of all, what I like about this small rig friction arm is that it's very versatile, easy to use. I made sure to get the ones that have the medium distance because it allows me to do two things. I can bring the phone nice and close like this, tighten it up. Well, if I wasn't a dummy and tighten this all up to begin with. There we go. All right, now let's try this again. You could bring it to the front, tighten it up, and as you move, it takes the shot with you. So all you have to do is adjust this to whatever shot you want, and it will basically get the shot right next to your lens. But that is really good for agents. What else is this really good for? You can actually move it back and up a little bit like this, and you can now get a shot of your camera in action. So now you can create social media content for yourself, not just for agents, but you're also creating unique views for your own videos. You can show the video you capture from the camera with the behind scenes clips that you get from your cell phone. I really like this method, and it seems to work the best for me for 2 reasons. Number 1, I no longer have to rebalance my gimbal every time I'm taking this phone on and off. Number 2, it allows me to actually use agents' phones instead of my own phone. And the reason this is important is it allows the agent to not only be a part of the process, but these days they like creating their own content. They have their own songs they want to mash from. This way, I am just taking the clips for them on site, and they are doing all the post-production work. They can have all of these clips because I don't need them. I already have enough data on my computer. I don't need more little small vertical clips. This has worked out extra well for me. I've noticed it seems to add about 10 minutes to every one of my video shoots between going back and forth with the agent, unlocking their phone and whatnot. But it is much less time consuming in post-production because I have absolutely none of it. I don't do any post-production. I use their phone on site. They have the clips to use as they choose. Let me get this thing out of the way. So I've gone over my old method of doing things, and I've now introduced you to my new method of doing things, and I've showed you exactly how I attach all of this to my gimbal and make it easy in the field. Remember, like and subscribe. It helps me with this stuff. Please help me to help you. So I've done all that, and that's about it. When it comes down to this vertical platform creation stuff, like I said, I used to go at it hard with my big camera, but I've noticed over time that agents prefer to have this stuff on their phone so they can use it as they choose for their own social media branding, whether it be now for that house or later on for themselves. Either way, I don't care because I get to make a little bit of extra money while I'm there doing a job I'm already being paid to do. As always, like I just said, like and subscribe, all that jazz. Keep rocking and rolling. Enjoy what you're doing. Make smart business decisions, and maybe buy one of those small rig arm clamps. It'll help you make a little bit of extra money while you're out there filming stuff anyway. I'll catch you next time.